following video is brought to you by CyberConnect 2. Oh wait, nobody cares about them. Enjoy the video anyway. Alright everybody, what's going on? It's SLG here. And for my first video to a fresh new start, I thought that I would bring you what originally started me wanting to be a YouTuber and doing what I do today. And that's playing Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 2. This is where everything began for me. I remember watching gameplay of Storm 2 from people like Sheikah's Clouds and PS360 and some of my friends too, especially with Elite and Exiles, and I remember thinking, I want to do something like this, I want people to see what I'm about and how I love playing video games and how I want to turn it not only into a big hobby but to what people can see that I do for a passion and for a living, because this is what I want to do with my life. I have a diploma and everything, and I finished school. It's just, if this didn't end up working out, I can always, get a job and everything, but my dream is to make money, to make an income being a YouTuber. It doesn't matter how long it takes me to reach that goal, but it's what I want to do, It's been my goal for a while now, and it wasn't until about 7 months ago that I decided to really put it into effect and try to, get up there to where some of the bigger YouTubers are. I'm not there yet, but I'm, doing my best. And all this started with originally with me on Xbox 360 and Storm 2. And I remember that it was always fun fighting friends and everything because, I was a really good Storm 2 player. I wasn't the best, but, I could keep up with a lot of the above average players, and it was a lot of fun. And I remember that Shinsei taught me how to use Chidori Two-Spear Sasuke, and me and him always had fun doing battles and everything. And, 360 had more of my friends on it that actually, loved to play Naruto and everything, and one of my best friends is still there. His name is Dart Flame, or Chase, and he's like my best bro. And, I always loved Naruto on 360. That's where my videos originally started, when I used my crappy-ass, Pinnacle Studio or whatever, with my recording device that was terrible at the time. I mean, it got the job done, but it was bad, to start off. But I remember, every time that I recorded something, I thought, well, even if I win or if I lose, I should upload it. But, the reason that I don't always upload me losing unless it's a player match is because, the whole point of watching a ranked match is to see you win. You don't, even if it's a good game and it's really close, you want to show that you won. Only in player matches do I really, post myself losing. But it was always fun when I played Storm 2. I loved using Sasuke, and I actually used everybody, but this wasn't the original origin of me being into Naruto games, because my very first Naruto game ever was Uzumaki Chronicles on PS2, which that changed how I felt about Naruto games. And then a couple of years later, I got into the Ultimate Ninja series on PS2, and I have every game now. And I will probably post gameplay of that too, because I love the classic Ultimate Ninja series games. They're the best. They're better than some of the Storm games, I'll be completely honest. Like the design and the ultimates and the overall gameplay, they were really good for PS2. But I'm not here to really talk about all the past Naruto games like on PS2. I'm here to talk about how I got all started with all of it. So when I decided that I was going to move to PS3 with Naruto games, it was to find out what the other side of the world, how good they were at Naruto, because not everybody plays Naruto on both systems, and there are great players from both systems, so that's one of the reasons that I have both systems, is because I love playing both sides and seeing what somebody's made of and what they can do in a Naruto game. Even though Naruto doesn't take true skill, because it's not a 2D fighter like BlazBlue or Persona or something that requires months and months of training and patience. Naruto is a game where you can win with cheap tactics or mashing buttons, which is really terrible. But I've always enjoyed the Ultimate Ninja Storm series a lot. I didn't play Storm 1 when it first came out. Like, I didn't have a PS3 when it first came out. And when I finally got it, it was an amazing game, and I wish that it had, been online and everything, but sadly it wasn't. But then when Storm 2 came out, I got it, and, I figured, wow, Naruto Storm 2, it's going to be online for the first time, this is going to be great. And it was. I was terrible at it the first time I went online. I lost my first match because I went up against somebody that had already had, experience, and it was, higher in the ranks. And, as I practiced, I got better, and I studied things, and, I became a really good player, I'm not the bragging type or anything. I'm not going to say that I was the best, because I'm not, clearly there were better players. Shinsei, Brutal, and them were like the best players on 360 that I fought, and also Luis Lunaris was the best in my opinion as well on 360 when it came to Storm 2. And I really didn't get to play any of the top players on PS3 because by the time I got Storm 2 on PS3, it was about time for Generations to come out, so I didn't get to play, Dark Crush or Dark Spread or Dandaka or any of the really pro players. But, it was fun to play on PS3. I got to fight some really good players, and I'll never forget fighting Spiral. Like, that was the highlight of Storm 2 for me. It was the most fun I'd ever had on Naruto in history. And when Spiral perfected my Sorry with Pain, oh my god, that was hilarious. I'll never forget that either. Spiral is like, he's my favorite YouTuber when it comes to Naruto. I wish he would do more videos because he's like hilarious and awesome, but I understand how he feels about, Naruto being broken and everything, so, I wish he would do more, but, he's my favorite. And, I don't know, after Storm 2, I got into Generations, and I got Generations for both systems. And it was frustrating at times, but, I always did my best. And according to some people, I was in the top best, but I don't really think I was. I just played the way I played and did my best every time. I wasn't as aggressive as Dan was, but I ended up in Elite, which was really cool. I guess, they figured I had the potential and everything, and I was excited at the time. And I enjoyed Generations pretty well, but, the main thing that had bothered me about Generations was obviously PTS Kankuro, because he was like the only character I really couldn't beat on Generations, because they say the best way to beat him was to do a Kankuro mirror and out tilt him, but I wasn't like Dan or Kill Sasori haters or anybody from his clan that used Sasori a lot. Most of Elite used Sasori really well, or not Sasori, Kankuro, pardon me, and I couldn't use him. Like, I can't use puppets, period. I tried using Sasori in Storm 3, I can't use him, I can't do it. I know how everything works, like how to pick the puppet up and use it correctly, but I can't use him good, so I don't bother. But, once I got up to Storm 3, this game still has its flaws, but to me, it's better than Generations was. Like, the guard breaks aren't as frequent, and it's a little easier to win, but I'm terrible at combo pressure, so that's why a lot of times in videos you'll see me do an ultimate to finish it, or you'll see me play defense a lot, because I'm not good with heavy rushing like some of the better players are, so I don't choose to always rush or to do anything too fast like everybody else does. But, Storm 3, it's been really cool on 360. I've gotten to fight some of the best, including Dan. It's really fun, when you get a real challenge, because a lot of people that are, like, higher ranked aren't a challenge to me, and it's funny, because they used to be in Gen, but some people that were really good in Gen aren't as good in Storm 3. But I still need to get Storm 3 for Xbox 360 so I can fight the other side and find out how good they are, because some of my good friends from 360 are still there, and I pray they haven't deleted me yet, because I have not turned my 360 on in a good 3 weeks or a month. But I can't afford gold every time I want to play. That's the main reason I got Naruto on PS3 first, is because the internet's free, and I can play Naruto without having to worry about it. But I am going to get it for 360 eventually, and I'll get to play some of my good friends, and that'll be a lot of fun. I especially can't wait to play Shinsei, because he's like the best Storm 3 player on 360, and I love him because he's awesome. But, well, I think my voice cracked. Anyways, just, having a dream like this where it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort, it makes you want to work harder, because, working for something that you want does not go unrewarding. As long as you keep pushing it, you'll reach your goal someday. You just gotta keep going and do what you gotta do. But, I'm just thinking that, Naruto shouldn't be the only thing I should focus on this channel. I know you guys are all, the Narutards and my subscribers that are into Naruto, but I'm going to try to do a lot of different games and try to catch your attention with it. Because, let's face it, just one game on one channel isn't enough. Everybody wants to see a variety. But the only games that I really play that aren't Naruto besides fighting games are classic PlayStation games like Final Fantasy and stuff like that. So if you ever want to see me play Final Fantasy, please give me a message or let me know, because I will do that. But, alright, before I end this commentary, I just got one more story to tell you. My best friend, Arashi Umad, or Anbu, I remember that when we first met each other, it was on Storm 2 on PS3, and I had all three Sasuke's on PS3 at the time when Valor Gaming was popular and they had the titles. They still do have the titles on Get On My Level, but I had all three Sasuke's, and Arashi Yume challenged me for Kirin Sasuke, and I don't remember exactly what I did, but I remember playing defensive to try to win, and we got mad at each other, like, there was a bunch of arguing and stuff, and we were, like, pissed off and everything, and it's just funny, because now we're best friends, you know, we're, like, as cool as can be, and we live in the same state, and he's been to my house, and he's a cool guy. It's funny how you can be pissed at somebody, or, you know, have something against somebody or whatever for the first time, and then later you end up being friends. And me and Anbu we're like bread and butter of best friends. So you know that was cool, and you know it's really fun to make friends like that. I don't have too many friends. Other than him, one of my closest friends has to be Sun 9191. He is a lot of people don't like him, but I think he's a cool guy, and he's one of my coolest friends, and, you know, me and him are close, and he's awesome. But, you know, it's nice to know that I've made a lot of cool friends over the years of playing Naruto, and I can't wait to, you know, deliver more gameplay and have fun with it. But I hope you guys have enjoyed, you know, listening to me, and I'm out. Peace.